Hey guys, my name is Jason Barra, and I'm here to talk about my biofuel project, and the biofuel I chose is biodiesel. Background: the diesel engine has been around since the late 1800s. First ran on many resources, such as kerosene, but upon testing, vegetable oils work better and more efficiently to provide the most output out of the engine. Um, After much testing, for multiple oils, they were finally able to transform the oils, like vegetable oils, into fatty acid esters, which were a great replacement for traditional diesel. Its ingredients and where they are from. Biodiesel is commonly made from vegetable oils, yellow grease, used cooking oil, and or animal fats. All these ingredients are mostly waste products that are received from recycling, such as those that recycle oil, cooking oil, or grease. The animal the animal fat and the vegetable oil is generally received from waste products of cattle and leftover vegetable oil. This makes it even cleaner since it reuses waste to make something that is clean and efficient. So like the typical vegetable oil and like the cooking oil that they would use at McDonald's, that is actually transported to recycling centers where it is used to create biodiesel. And the same with animal fat when they're slaughtering animals, like specifically cattle. They would just take the fat and they would recycle it or just throw it away. But here we have an efficient way where they would just take the fat and recycle it properly. So biodiesel production, this is the more complex of how these oils and the acids, the fatty acids, that is how it is transformed into the biodiesel itself. So in the presence of a catalyst, usually sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide, to form 100 pounds of biodiesel and 10 pounds of glycerin. Glycerin, a co-product, is a sugar commonly used in the manufacture of pharmaceuticals and cosmetics. Development. So it mainly occurred in the late 1900s. It was more discovered in the early 1900s, but the developments truly occurred in the late 1900s when we needed the most due to the oil crisis. It was mainly developed in South Africa and Europe. I also mentioned here that it hasn't necessarily reached its peak in that it can in many ways it can be cleaner in that it obviously still produces greenhouse gases. The carbon footprint. So the carbon, as I had previously mentioned, it does create greenhouse gases, which means carbon footprint, of course. But these some of these greenhouse gases, fun fact, are actually biodegradable, which in the long run is very helpful actually compared to like traditional diesel, because unfortunately, biodiesel is actually mixed with traditional diesel to make it more efficient. Economic impact. Biodiesel has a very prominent uh, role in the economy, especially when prices in oil/gas arrive, due to the fact that biodiesel was more accessible due to the ongoing tensions in the Middle East. Another impact is that it allows us to spend less money on getting rid of waste products and actually so marketing. Biodiesel has a very great market, especially when it comes to agriculture and the heavy duty truck market, as biodiesel is the main fuel source for tractors, combines, and many other vehicles. As for the general public, as I mentioned in this slide, it was largely advertised in the 2000s, and a little earlier due to the oil crisis and stuff. But parts such as Europe, a lot of the European car makers such as Volkswagen and BMW, they did start to implement the um but unfortunately the agriculture, it is more targeted to agriculture now due to the developments of EVs, electric vehicles, and hydrogen vehicles at all. Analysis of today. Today, biodiesel is used worldwide and is a leading competitor against gas, which is widely used as well. There's also development being made in the formula of biodiesel to make it cleaner and more efficient as well as longer lasting to reduce the need to mix it with traditional diesel. Another issue, we are actively trying to find ways to reduce land use where the vegetable for oil and are grown and cattle are raised. So yeah, we we're in a tough situation. We're sure this vegetable oil and the cattle being raised, that is beneficial in that it helps us create biodiesel, but it is not very beneficial to the land that is grown on because we get things such as soil erosion from cattle overgrazing and the vegetables such as monocropping where we only grow one type of crop and that is very unbeneficial to the soil itself. So plan of action. A great plan of action is where we first establish a viable option to eliminate the need for land to produce these resources of vegetable and raising cattle. After we could make this large and easily accessible method to all companies to improve. And these are my citations.